Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra. I come from the south of France and I study food policy at City. Two main reasons have motivated my choice to study food policy at City. At first, I was looking for an English-speaking master's to complete my graduation in France. So obviously, I was looking at the UK and mainly in London. It seemed that many great universities and interesting masters are concentrated here. So it is a rich study hub to apply for. Then I wanted to specialize in the field of food in a broad perspective, so which include, of course, health and nutrition, but also considers the political, economic, and social dimensions. So this approach is very specific, and only food policy at City has such a comprehensive understanding of what is called the food system. Plus it is linked to the Center for Food Policy, and so I was very curious to have access to this wide range of academic resources. I mostly discovered food policy while working in an internship in Paris, and this is how I understood how food encompasses many different political issues and social controversies that are affecting us every day. So food is not only what we eat during the day, it is also thinking about what we produce, how we produce it, where to sell food, and at what price. So thinking about food is thinking about a bunch of questions relating to power concentrations, inequalities, national interests, and even gender. So basically, when we are talking about food, we are talking about how the world is working and what for. And for me, it was absolutely mind-blowing to look at these interactions and effects of the food system on other many different systems. This year is for me my last year of study. So when I was planning it, I wanted something completely different. What I mean by that is that I have already completed a 3-year bachelor's and a master's in France, which were quite tough and intensive work. So after all of those years of studying, I was getting bored of it. But in France, it is expected to have 2 masters to be able to find a good job. So in order to finish and complete my studies with a second master's, I wanted to completely change my way of studying. So this last year was only about what I'm the most interested in, such as living a new life abroad, in English, and in a new field of studies. So this course completes my previous studies in political sciences, but also add new perspectives and new ways of thinking. So I really found that living in London as an international student is a great opportunity. London is multicultural and you can easily find a job if you are looking for one. Personally, I really found this city friendly and safe, and I have met many people while having a meal or visiting a museum, and it has always been a great experience. And I remember that when I arrived for the first time in London, I had this feeling that people can be who they want to be. And so for me, really London embodies this space where people can express themselves freely. So this is a very positive and rare feeling as well, I guess. So when I look at this year at City, the first thing that crosses my mind is the debate that animated the class, and the fact of having different guests each time was a new opportunity to share opinions and ideas. And this is what I enjoyed the most, learning from the experiences of others. And this was also a great time to make some friends by carry on the discussion after the class. In this course, my favorite module so far was the one called Political Economy, so where we basically work on what is called the food supply chain. So food supply chain is the idea that you can follow a food item from where it is produced to where it is sold. It is still pretty complicated today to map a supply chain because there is no unique methodology and it could be difficult to find some information. So we learn throughout this course to be aware of these difficulties, how to find solutions, and to keep a critical mind all along our work. So for me it was very interesting because we were sharing and discussing our findings together, and also it was challenging, so we never got bored. My course is quite time consuming because we have a lot of recommended readings before the class and also extra readings during the class. So when you begin to dig in, you never stop. Besides, I have a job during weekends where I'm a French teacher in the primary school. So even if it's not what I learned during my studies, this is a job that I'm very passionate about and that I appreciate a lot. So after these two main activities, I don't have much time, but I always try to spare some moments for myself. I did some drawing courses and I do some yoga also. Living in another country than your home country always has multiple impacts because you learn other way to live, to appreciate life, to dedicate your time. But to be more precise on what I gained from my course, I would say the ability to write proper English in a professional form and also to speak more professionally in English when it is needed. So here in City, I had the chance to follow some English academic grammar classes that were very, very useful. After this year, my plan is to find a job as soon as I can, and City was very helpful because it told us what our options are here in the UK regarding the graduate route. So I think that I have a look when the time comes, whether or not to stay in London. But the idea is to work as an European Food Policy officer. So regarding the future of this profession, I quite consider that with the Ukrainian crisis and the current inflation, food policies are on the top of the political agenda. These are unsolved issues of our time, and these issues we will always need qualified people to work on. So the development of industries relating to food, the implementation of new regulations, and the increase of public debates on these issues are continuously spreading. And so I have no doubt on the fact that more jobs will be offered in the following years. Studying a master is hard work, so I would suggest that you create a timetable where every day you allow yourself some time away of your studies, which could be 1 hour of sport or 1 hour of casual reading, but the key is balance. And what I recommend would be to try to study every single day, even a bit, even during the weekends, but also to have at the same time for yourself. So getting fresh air is also very important. Having a 10-minute break every 2 hours and going for a short walk would help to study for longer.